quotas for that are rather lengthy. I want to hurry because I want to get CAP exempt H-1Bs. This whole problem with filing on April 1st in the lottery, you can avoid it all. Here's how. One tip? Here's how you skip all that. Go to work for USF. CAP exempt. You can get your H-1B anytime. And it's not subject to numerical limit. Go to work for Hillsborough Community College. Any institution of higher learning, not going to work for Plant High School here, the community college or university, private or public, think about that. Think about that. That's CAP exempt. Now you're still limited to 6 years, but it's an amazing opportunity. You could get your H-1B visa anytime during the year because it's not subject to CAP. You can file anytime. You can start anytime. Just a little tip. Consider academia. And we have many of our clients that have gone to work here and to different institutions and taking advantage of that. I want to skip these details. Immigrant visas, I only want to touch on that. Everybody in this room can get an immigrant visa by way of occupation or profession. We have to test the labor market for that unless you're a registered nurse or a physical therapist. They already know that you're in short supply, so we don't have to test the market. If you're not a registered nurse or physical therapist, then the employer would go through testing the labor market to see if there's an American or a resident that's willing, qualified, and able to take the job on those terms. We're very, very successful with these. And by the way, if you go to work for the university or a community college, it's even a lower standard. It's very, very easy to get your... I keep putting in these plugs for academia. It is a wonderful thing. And the reason for that is they try to make it easy for the universities to get the best and the brightest people in the world so that they have a lower standard. And we've never lost a labor cert for any university. A lot of these categories are subject to the quota, and you can see on here, if you have a master's degree, you're in good shape unless you're from China, India, or the Philippines. Those are backlogged. That's where that AC-21 law is really handy. You can extend your H-1B indefinitely, as long as your labor certification is filed prior to commencement of the 6th year of your H-1B. So why would you wait? I mean, we have people rush in. I'm about to start my 6th year. Can we get the labor cert started? Why would you wait 5 years? Work for the employer for 6 months or a year, and then let's get the permanent visa started. And then, as soon as we start with the labor cert, you get your priority date. You start working off that time. Everybody here can qualify for this. That's why you don't have to resort to anything extreme. I'm not going to go through all these employment-based categories. In the interest of time, I want to be able to answer questions. Here's the thing I want to talk about the most. How do I get a job? Right? Mr. Manning, I go in there, there's 25 Americans sitting there with their briefcases in the lobby, waiting, and there I am. And I'm a foreign student. I require an H-1B. How am I going to get that job? How is it going to happen? Is it impossible? No. I know our firm hires H-1Bs all the time. Why would we do that? Why would we hire a foreign national and have to pay the fees associated with that? Why would we do that? It's very important that you know why, because before you go to a job interview, you need to know what you really represent. And this is it. Everybody here is an international student scholar. I know you take that for granted, right? Yeah. You take it for granted, but you shouldn't. It's an honor, and it's a distinction, and it's something that the 20 Americans are not. They're not international student scholars. So here's an opportunity for an employer to hire an international student scholar. And I wouldn't take that lightly. It's something you've earned. Most of you know that they don't give student visas to everybody. You really represent the creme de creme from your respective countries. The fact that you probably represent the top 3% or better of the scholars from your country, and from this country, by the way. I think you can always market yourself and distinguish yourself from the Americans in the room. You say, let me tell you one thing different about me. Work ethic. I didn't come from Northampton for this job. I came from Columbia for this job. My work ethic will be like nothing you've ever seen. I've come a long way. This job does not mean the same thing to me that it means to any other applicant. For other people, it's a job. For me, it's a new life. And you, sir, employer, are going to reap the benefit of that. So you need to do some looking in the mirror before you go to these job interviews. You need to know what your strengths are. So we have the work ethic. And people have heard of what good work ethics. And my firm is full of foreign nationals. I tell you, they're the best workers we have. Well, Liz and I are. By the way, this is Liz Pavone. She's our Florida Bar certified paralegal, and thank you very much for your support today. She's a new employee with the firm. You just started, what, 16 years ago? She's been putting up with us and supporting us, and she probably knows more than I could ever hope to learn about immigration. The next thing is a strong sense of loyalty. Again, what does the job mean to us versus the American? The truth is, immigrants tend to be the most loyal workers in the workforce because to be sponsored means something more than just being hired. It's a commitment by the employer. It's personal. It's impactful. And you need to tell the employer that. You're not just getting a worker. You're getting a person with a commitment to help make this place excellent. So they're getting this international student scholar with a strong work ethic. How often do you get a chance to hire someone that's in the top 3%? Well, about as often as you interview somebody that's looking for an H-1B visa, because in the American workforce, that's very hard to ever see them. And I would also emphasize the value. You have a bicultural education. You were educated abroad. And here, some of you have bilinguality. Right? That's a strength. Even if you speak a language or a dialect that's not going to be used in the employment, the fact that you're bilingual still is another aspect of your intelligence. It's another credential. Oh boy, I've got 4 minutes left. Okay, the other thing about looking for a job, it's not just what you know, it's who you know, of course. So when you're looking for a job, be sure and start within your ethnic community. Ask around. Chances are, it's always good to be referred by someone you know or knows you. I know we treat referral employees very differently. They go to the top of the resume stack. We try to see everybody, though. Always start with who you know and work, because chances are you know somebody who knows somebody that wants you for that job. So sometimes you have to work through a couple of levels of that. And as I said, use your OPT as a employment entry point. Start looking for your job now. Don't wait till you're graduating and used up all your OPT and say, well, I guess I'll be looking for a job. Start now. Think about your future and your career. And one of the most important things is to persevere. I want to give you 3 items of advice. If you don't take away anything else, please remember this. Number 1, be honest. Natesh just talked about our system here. We're not in a shortcut system here. We're not in a get-around system. We're in a system that works by truthfulness and honesty. Be honest. Always be honest. Number 2, do your research. And number 3, follow your dream. Don't let anybody tell you that you're in the wrong major. If you're in the major that speaks to your heart and to your vision, you are in the right major. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. That's baloney. I know I had an advisor in law school that told me, you will never make it as an attorney. You need to withdraw now and save the agony. You're never going to make it. I didn't listen. I had my own vision, my own dream. So perseverance is key. And perseverance is key in immigration. Everybody here can be successful by being honest, following the rules, follow your dream, make a great contribution. How about questions? On anything in immigration?